There's only one suitcase by the door, and we're supposed to leave for Paris in 3 hours. I'm standing in our bedroom doorway, watching my husband fold a single dress shirt with the careful precision he always uses when packing. His navy suitcase sits open on the bed, half full. My suitcase, the red one I bought specifically for this trip, is still in the closet where I left it last week, completely empty. "Kyle," I say, trying to keep my voice casual. "Should I start packing?" He doesn't look up. "For Paris. The flight's at 7. Should I start packing?" I'm gripping the doorframe now, nails digging into painted wood. "Oh." He pauses, shirt in hand, still not meeting my eyes. "Actually, babe, I meant to talk to you about that. There's been a change of plans." The air in the room shifts. I feel it in my chest, that hollow dropping sensation that comes right before bad news. "What kind of change?" "The conference got moved up. I have to leave today, but you should come out Friday like we originally planned. That way you don't have to sit through all the boring work stuff." He's smiling now. That easy, charming smile that made me fall in love with him 4 years ago. "It's better this way, trust me. You can enjoy Paris properly when I'm not stuck in meetings all day." The conference. I walk into the room, moving slowly like I'm approaching a wild animal. "The medical device conference you're speaking at." "Right. The one that doesn't start until Saturday." His hand's still on the shirt. Just for a second, then he resumes folding, smooth and unhurried. They move some panels around. "My presentation got bumped to Friday afternoon. Last-minute thing. You know how these conferences are." I don't know how these conferences are. Kyle is a sales director for a medical supply company, and in our 4 years together, I've never attended one of his work trips. He always says they're boring, that I'd hate it, that I should stay home and relax. I've never questioned this because I trust him. Trusted him. Past tense, maybe. "When did you find out?" I ask. "About the schedule change?" Last week." "Last week." I'm very calm now, eerily calm, watching him pack the way you'd watch a documentary about something terrible happening to someone else. "And you didn't mention it." "I just did." He zips up the suitcase, sets it upright. "Why are you being weird about this?" "I'm not being weird. I'm confused. We planned this trip together. We were supposed to have 5 days in Paris. Together. And we will. You'll just come out a day later. It's not a big deal, Em. But it is a big deal. My skin knows it. My stomach knows it. Every instinct I have is screaming that something is wrong. I think about the airline confirmation email I saw 2 weeks ago when I was looking for a receipt in his inbox. 2 tickets to Paris on Air France. Departing today. Seats 12A and 12B. I remember noting we were sitting together, being pleased about that small detail. 2 tickets, not 1. Who's sitting in 12B? The question comes out before I can stop it. Kyle looks up sharply. "What?" "Your seat is 12A. The confirmation email said there were 2 tickets. Who's in 12B? He blinks, recalibrating. That must be a mistake. Or they probably gave the other seat away when you didn't check in. Airlines do that. So you didn't cancel my ticket when you found out about the schedule change?" I forgot. I've had a lot on my mind, Emma. Jesus, what's with the interrogation? He's defensive now, a edge creeping into his voice. "I'm trying to do something nice here, let you sleep in, avoid the boring conference stuff, and you're acting like I committed a crime." Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm being paranoid. Maybe there's a perfectly innocent explanation for why he booked 2 tickets, packed 1 suitcase, and forgot to mention any of this until 3 hours before the flight. Or maybe my husband is lying to me. "I'm going to make coffee," I say, backing toward the door. "Want some?" "No, thanks. I'm good." He's already moving on, checking his phone. Everything normal again now that he's explained it away. I go downstairs to our kitchen, the renovated kitchen in our renovated house in Evanston, the house we bought together 2 years ago, and stand at the counter with shaking hands. My phone is in my pocket. I pull it up and search my email for the airline confirmation. It takes 3 tries because my fingers keep missing the letters. There. Air France confirmation number HTG894. 2 passengers departing Chicago O'Hare at 7:05 p.m. Passenger 1, Kyle Morrison. Passenger 2, Emma Morrison. Both tickets are still active. No cancellation. No schedule change noted. I call Air France. The automated system tells me my estimated wait time is 12 minutes. I put it on speaker and start making coffee I don't want just to have something to do with my hands. The kitchen smells like the usual Sunday morning. Coffee and the faint vanilla from the candle Kyle lit earlier. Everything normal. Everything fine, except nothing is fine. Air France customer service. This is Michelle speaking. How can I help you? Hi, yes, I have a question about a flight today. I give him the confirmation number, my hands wrapped around a coffee mug for stability. It's for 2 passengers to Paris. I need to know if both tickets are still active. Keyboard clicking. Yes, ma'am. I show 2 confirmed passengers for flight AF334, departing at 7:05 p.m. Morrison Kyle and Morrison Emma. Both checked in as of this morning. Both checked in. I didn't check in, I say slowly. Showing here that check-in was completed at 6:47 a.m. through the mobile app. That's impossible. I've been asleep since... I stop. Kyle was up early this morning. I heard him in the bathroom at 6:30, heard him moving around. He brought me coffee in bed at 7, kissed my forehead, said he had some work emails to catch up on before the trip. I dozed off again while he was downstairs. He checked me in. Why would he check me in if he doesn't want me on the flight? Ma'am, are you still there? Yes, sorry. Can you tell me? I'm thinking fast now, trying to figure out what to ask. Can you tell me the seat assignments? 12A and 12B. And no one else has checked into 12B? Just Emma Morrison? That's correct. Just the 2 passengers on this booking. I thank him and hang up. Stand there in my kitchen. Coffee going cold, mind racing. Kyle checked us both in. He's lying about the schedule change. He wants me on that flight. But he told me not to come. Why? Why would he check me in but tell me to stay home? Unless someone else thinks Emma Morrison is coming to Paris tonight. Unless someone else is expecting to meet Emma Morrison at the airport or the hotel or the conference. Unless someone else needs to believe that Kyle's wife is on that plane. Unless he's using me as cover. The thought solidifies with startling clarity. He's not trying to keep me off the flight. He's trying to keep me from knowing someone else is on the flight. Someone sitting near him. Someone he's meeting in Paris. Someone who thinks they're having a romantic getaway while his wife conveniently stays home. I walk back upstairs. Kyle is in the bathroom now, shaving, getting ready. His phone is on the nightstand, plugged in, face up. I've never snooped through his phone before. We have a healthy relationship built on trust and respect, and all those things couples therapists recommend. But we also apparently have lies. So trust seems like a negotiable concept right now. The phone is unlocked. He never bothers with passwords at home. I open his messages and scroll. Work conversations, group chats with his college friends, texts from his mom. Nothing suspicious. I check WhatsApp next, then Instagram DMs, then email there in his personal Gmail, a folder I almost miss because it's labeled work receipts. Inside are dozens of emails from someone named Lauren Chen. The most recent is from this morning. Can't wait to see you tonight. I'll be at the gate at 6:30, wearing the blue dress you like, so I screenshot it. My hands are steady now, no more shaking. Just cold calculating focus. I scroll through the other emails. They go back 5 months. Casual at first. Conference planning, logistics, friendly professional exchanges. Then somewhere around 3 months ago, the tone shifts. Dinner was amazing. You were amazing. And can't stop thinking about last night. And 3 more weeks until Vegas. I'm counting the days. Vegas. I remember him going to Vegas for a conference in August. A quick trip, just 2 days, back before I even noticed anything was off. I'd been dealing with a family emergency, my dad's surgery, and barely registered Kyle's absence. Apparently, he'd registered something else entirely. The bathroom door opens. I drop the phone back on the nightstand, step away from it like it might burn me. You okay? Kyle asks, towel around his waist, skin still damp from the shower. You look pale. Just tired. I force a smile. You know what? You're right. I should come Friday instead. More time to relax, enjoy the city properly. His expression clears, relief obvious. Yeah? You're not mad? Why would I be mad? It makes sense. I move toward the door, toward safety, toward anywhere he isn't. I'll walk you through the airport ritual. Make sure you don't forget anything. You're the best. He kisses my cheek, and it takes everything in me not to flinch away. This is why I love you. You're so understanding. Understanding. Right. That's definitely what I'm being. I go downstairs and text the only person I can think of. My best friend Sienna. Need you to call me in 10 minutes, emergency. Make it sound urgent. She responds immediately. Done. You okay? No, we'll explain later. I spend the next 10 minutes helping Kyle get ready, smiling and nodding and playing the role of supportive wife while my mind races through options. I need more information before I confront him. I need proof he can't explain away. I need to catch him in something undeniable. My phone rings right on schedule. Sienna, her name flashing on the screen. I answer, already moving toward the door for privacy. Hey, what's up? I'm calling like you asked, she says, confused. What's the emergency? Oh no, when did this happen? I inject panic into my voice, loud enough for Kyle to hear from the bedroom. Is she okay? Which hospital? Northwestern? Memorial? Which hospital do you want? I'll be right there. 20 minutes. Tell her I'm on my way. I hang up and rush back upstairs. Kyle is dressed now, suitcase by the door, checking his watch. What's wrong? He asks. That was Sienna. Her mom had a fall. She's in the ER at Northwestern. She's asking for me. I'm grabbing my purse, my jacket, moving with purpose. I have to go. I'm so sorry. Now? My flight. I know, I'm sorry. But Charlotte's like a second mother to me. I have to be there. I kiss him quickly, tasting the lie on both our lips. You go ahead to the airport. I'll text you updates. Have a safe flight. But I'll see you Friday in Paris. Promise. I'm already heading down the stairs, out the door, into my car before he can argue further. I drive 3 blocks, park on a random residential street and call Sienna back. Where are you right now? Home? What's going on? It's Kyle's flight. He's cheating on me. Flying to Paris with another woman tonight. I need you to drive me to the airport so I can catch him. Silence. Then, I'll be there in 5 minutes. She makes it in 4. I'm waiting on the corner, checking airline apps, figuring out options. I can't get on their flight. It's too risky. He'd see me. But there's an United flight to Paris that leaves an hour later. I book a ticket with shaking hands. $843 for a last-minute international flight, charged to my personal credit card that Kyle doesn't have access to. What's the plan? Sienna asks as we drive toward O'Hare. I'm going to Paris. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to get proof. I'm texting him now, at the hospital. Charlotte's stable but shaken. I'll keep you posted. Safe travels. Love you. He responds, thanks for being there for her. Love you too. See you Friday. The casual cruelty of it makes me want to throw my phone out the window. Sienna drops me at international departures. Are you sure about this? Maybe you should just confront him now. He'll lie. He's been lying for months. I need undeniable proof. I hug her tight. Thank you for this. I'll call you from Paris. Emma, be careful. And remember, you deserve so much better than this. I know. I'm starting to realize exactly how much better. Security takes 20 minutes. My flight boards at 8:15. I have time to sit at the gate, watching families and couples and solo travelers, wondering which of them are running towards something and which are running away. I'm doing both, maybe. The flight is long, cramped, sleepless. I spend 10 hours reviewing everything I know, building a case in my mind. Kyle and Lauren have been together since at least May. That's when the emails turned romantic. They've taken at least 2 trips together that I know of, probably more. This Paris trip was supposed to be a romantic getaway disguised as a business conference. He used my name for the booking to make it look legitimate, checked me in to maintain the appearance, then planned to tell anyone who asked that his wife couldn't make it last minute. It's clever, actually. Diabolically clever. If I hadn't looked closely, if I hadn't questioned the one suitcase, I never would have known. But I did look. And now I know. We land at Charles de Gaulle at 10:35 a.m. local time. I'm exhausted, running on adrenaline and airport coffee, but I can't stop now. Kyle's flight landed an hour ago. He texted me during my flight, made it safe. Hotel is amazing. Miss you already. The hotel. I pull up his email and find the reservation. Le Bristol Paris, en rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré. One of the most expensive hotels in the city. Room reserved under Kyle Morrison. Checking in today, checking out Monday. 5 nights. Booked for 2 guests. I take the RER into the city, then a taxi to the hotel. It's beautiful. All classic Parisian elegance. The kind of place I've always dreamed of visiting. The irony isn't lost on me that I'm finally here chasing my cheating husband instead of enjoying a romantic vacation. The lobby is all marble and crystal, polished to a gleam that makes my jeans and hoodie feel painfully out of place. I find a chair partially hidden behind a large potted plant and settle in to wait. I have no idea what I'm waiting for exactly, just a sense that if I watch long enough, I'll see something worth seeing. An hour passes. 2. I buy a croissant from the hotel cafe, drink espresso that costs more than my lunch usually does, and watch the lobby traffic. Business people checking in, tourists with cameras, couples holding hands. Then I see them. Kyle emerges from the elevator with a woman who must be Lauren Chen. She's beautiful. Petite, glossy black hair, wearing a blue dress that shows off her figure. They're laughing about something, his hand on the small of her back, completely comfortable. Completely intimate, they walk right past me. Kyle doesn't even glance in my direction. Why would he? His wife is back in Chicago, none the wiser. I wait until they're outside, then follow at a distance. My phone is in my hand, camera app open, recording. They walk to a cafe 2 blocks away, sit at an outdoor table, order wine even though it's barely past noon. I find a spot across the street with a clear view and keep filming. The video shows Kyle leaning across the table to kiss her. Lauren laughing, pulling him closer, his hand tangled in her hair the way it used to tangle in mine. 4 minutes of footage that destroys 4 years of marriage. I stop recording when they get up to leave, sending the video immediately to cloud storage, to Sienna, to my personal email, multiple backups. Then I follow them back to the hotel, watch them disappear into the elevator, probably heading back to the room he booked with our joint bank account. I sit in the lobby for another hour, thinking, planning. I could confront them now, burst into the room, catch them together, demand answers. But that gives Kyle a chance to minimize, to explain, to turn this around on me somehow, to make me the crazy jealous wife who flew to Paris to spy on him. I need something better, something undeniable, something that can't be spun or explained away. I need a professional. I find a private investigator through Google, English-speaking PI in Paris, and make a call. His name is Jean-Luc Mercier, and his office is in the Marais. I take a taxi there, explain the situation in his cluttered office that smells like cigarettes and old paper. "You want photographic evidence of the affair," he says in accented English, making notes. "For divorce proceedings." "Yes. And I want it documented professionally. Time-stamped, notarized, undeniable. This will cost you." He names a figure. 2,000 euros. That's fine. I give him my credit card. Kyle will see the charge eventually, but I don't care anymore. Let him see it. Let him know I hired a professional to catch him in his lies. Jean-Luc gets to work immediately. He has contacts at the hotel. Everyone in Paris seems to know everyone else. And within 2 hours, he secured photos of Kyle and Lauren checking in together, kissing in the hallway, entering the room. Time-stamped, high quality, undeniable. They have dinner reservation tonight, Jean-Luc tells me. 8 p.m. at Lestrance. Very romantic. Very expensive. I will be there to document. So will I say. He looks skeptical. You want to confront him? No, I want to watch. I want to see exactly who my husband is when he thinks no one's looking. I stand up, suddenly exhausted by all of it, and then I want to go home and file for divorce. I get a hotel room of my own. Nothing fancy, just a small place in the Latin Quarter that's clean and cheap. I sleep for 3 hours, then shower and dress in the one nice outfit I threw in my carry-on. Black dress, heels, minimal makeup. If I'm going to watch my marriage end, I might as well look good doing it. Lestrance is tiny, intimate, the kind of Michelin-starred restaurant that requires reservations months in advance. I slip the host 50 euros and explain I'm a food journalist writing a piece on Paris restaurants. He seats me at a small table in the corner with a clear view of the dining room. Kyle and Lauren arrive at 8:15. She's in a red dress now, hair styled, looking like someone out of a magazine. Kyle is in the suit I bought him for Christmas, the expensive one I saved up for because he said he had an important presentation. Apparently, the important presentation was this. Her. They order champagne, share appetizers, feed each other bites of whatever elaborate dish the chef has created. Kyle reaches across the table to wipe sauce from her lip, and she catches his hand, kisses his palm. I'm filming all of it on my phone, but Jean-Luc is doing the real work, positioned outside with a telephoto lens, capturing everything through the window. My food arrives, some sort of fish preparation that probably costs a fortune. I can't taste any of it. I'm just watching them. These two people who thought they were so clever, so careful. Watching Kyle be romantic in ways he hasn't been with me in over a year. Watching him laugh and flirt and play the role of attentive boyfriend while his wife sits 30 feet away, documenting his betrayal. They don't see me. Why would they? I'm just another solo diner, another tourist enjoying Paris. After dinner, they walk back to the hotel holding hands. I follow at a distance, then return to my own room. Jean-Luc sends me the photos by midnight. Dozens of them, clear and damning. Kyle and Lauren kissing on a Paris street corner. Kyle and Lauren walking into the hotel together. Kyle and Lauren at dinner, looking at each other like they're the only people in the world. I download everything, back it up 3 times, then send a copy to my personal lawyer. Her name is Rachel Kaufman, and I'd consulted her last year when we were reviewing our wills. She responds to my email within an hour, despite the time difference. This is more than enough for a divorce. Come home and file immediately. Do not confront him without me present. I book a flight home for Sunday morning. Kyle thinks I'm arriving Friday. I've been texting him updates about Sienna's mom, saying I can't leave until the weekend. He's been supportive, understanding, telling me to take all the time I need. The performance is impressive, really. If I didn't know better, I'd think he actually cared. Paris is beautiful, even through the fog of betrayal. I spend Thursday walking along the Seine, drinking coffee at sidewalk cafes, visiting museums I've always wanted to see. I eat croissants and macarons and pretend I'm just another tourist in the city of lights, instead of a woman whose marriage is dissolving in real time. Jean-Luc sends me more photos. Kyle and Lauren having breakfast at the hotel. Kyle and Lauren shopping in the Marais. Kyle and Lauren kissing in front of the Eiffel Tower. That one almost makes me laugh. How cliché can you get? Friday morning, I'm at Charles de Gaulle Airport checking in for my flight home when Kyle texts me. Can't wait to see you tonight. Flight gets in at 7, dinner at 8. Can't wait. I respond. See you soon. The flight home is easier than the flight over. Maybe because I'm moving toward resolution instead of uncertainty. Sienna picks me up at O'Hare, takes one look at my face and pulls me into a hug. You okay? No, but I will be. I show her the photos on the drive home. She swears creatively. What's the plan now? I'm going to pack his things. Then I'm going to file for divorce. Then I'm going to move on with my life. Without confronting him? Emma, don't you want answers? I have all the answers I need. He cheated. He lied. He used our money and our relationship as cover for an affair. What else is there to know? I'm looking out the window at the familiar Chicago suburbs, the route home I've driven hundreds of times. The confrontation isn't for me. It's for him. It's him getting to explain, to minimize, to make excuses. I don't need that. I just need out. Sienna drops me at home. Kyle won't be back until Sunday night. His Monday morning flight from Paris doesn't land until evening. I have time to pack his things, change the locks, prepare the house for his return. I work methodically, boxing up his clothes, his toiletries, his books and electronics. Everything that's his goes into boxes labeled Kyle in neat handwriting. I pile them in the garage ready for him to collect. The house looks empty without his things, but also cleaner somehow. Lighter. Saturday morning, I meet with Rachel at her office. She reviews the evidence, photos, emails, timeline, bank statements showing the expenditures. This is extremely thorough, she says, impressed. Did you hire an investigator? In Paris, Jean-Luc Mercier. He documented everything. Well, Mr. Mercier is very good at his job. She's making notes, building a case. Illinois is a no-fault divorce state, but this level of evidence will absolutely help with asset division. The fact that he spent marital funds on an affair will not look good for him. What about the house? Joint ownership, correct? Both names on the deed? Yes. You'll need to either buy him out or sell. Given that you have evidence of financial infidelity, a judge might be inclined to give you favorable terms. She looks up from her notes. Emma, you need to understand that this will get ugly. He'll be blindsided, angry, defensive. Are you prepared for that? Yes, I say, and I mean it. I'm prepared. We file the divorce papers on Saturday afternoon. Illinois law requires that Kyle be served in person, so Rachel arranges for a process server to meet him at the house when he returns from Paris. I won't be there for that. I'm staying with Sienna for a few days while things settle down. Sunday night, I'm at Sienna's apartment when Kyle starts calling. I don't answer. He calls 17 times in 30 minutes, leaves voicemails that progress from confused to angry to pleading. Emma, what the fuck? Why are my things in boxes? Why is there a process server here? You can't just file for divorce without talking to me. This is insane. Em, please call me back. Let me explain. Whatever you think happened, I know about Lauren. I know about Paris, but we can work through this. Please just call me. I listen to each voicemail once, then delete them. Sienna sits beside me on the couch, offering silent support. Do you want to respond? She asks. No, he can talk to my lawyer. Kyle tries other tactics. He texts my parents. They tell him they support me completely and he should be ashamed. He texts my brother, same response. He even tries to call Sienna, who answers just long enough to say, "You're a cheating piece of shit and Emma deserves better," before hanging up. Finally, he texts me. I know you followed me to Paris. I know you hired someone to spy on me. This is unhinged behavior, Emma. You need help. I show the message to Rachel. She laughs. Classic projection. He's cheating and lying, but you're the one who needs help for catching him. She types a response from her own phone. This is Emma Morrison's attorney. All further communication needs to go through me. Do not contact my client directly again, or we will file for a restraining order. Rachel Kaufman, Eska. He doesn't text after that. The divorce moves forward with bureaucratic efficiency. Kyle contests nothing, probably because Rachel made it clear she'd make everything public if he fought. The house goes on the market. We split the proceeds 60-40 in my favor due to his documented financial infidelity. He pays my legal fees as part of the settlement. 6 months after finding that empty red suitcase in my closet, I'm standing in a new apartment in Lincoln Park, unpacking boxes in a space that's entirely mine. It's smaller than the house in Evanston, but it has hardwood floors and big windows and absolutely no memories of Kyle Morrison. Sienna helps me arrange furniture. How are you feeling? Good. Really good, actually. And I am. The anger has mostly faded, leaving something calmer behind. Relief, maybe. Clarity. I keep thinking about that moment when I saw the one suitcase. How I knew something was wrong but didn't want to believe it. Trust your instincts. Yeah, that's the lesson, I guess. Trust your instincts and verify your facts. I hang a picture. A photograph of Paris I took during my solo trip. The Seine at sunset. I'm going back, to Paris, but properly this time. Just me and a good book and nothing to prove. I'm coming with you, Sienna declares. Best friends trip. We'll eat croissants and drink wine and take 1,000 selfies. Deal. My phone buzzes with an email notification. It's from Jean-Luc, the PI in Paris. Madame Morrison, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to inform you that Kyle Morrison returned to Paris last week with the same woman, Lauren Chen. They stayed at a different hotel, the Plaza Athénée, but maintained similar patterns. I have documented their trip as you requested and forwarded the evidence to your attorney. I trust this information is useful for your proceedings. Please let me know if you require further services. Respectfully, Jean-Luc Mercier. I'd asked Jean-Luc to monitor Kyle's activities after the divorce was filed, just in case. Apparently Kyle couldn't let go of his Parisian romance. Good. Let him have it. Let him and Lauren build whatever relationship they want on a foundation of lies and betrayal. That's not my problem anymore. I forward the email to Rachel with a note. FYI, he's still seeing her. Not sure if this matters for the settlement. She responds immediately. Settlement is final, so no impact there. But this confirms you made the right choice. Some people never learn. You did. I did. That's the thing I'm most proud of. Not catching Kyle, not the dramatic Paris investigation, but the simple fact that I paid attention when something felt wrong. I didn't gaslight myself into accepting easy lies. I didn't make excuses for behavior that didn't add up. I trusted myself enough to investigate, to document, to act. 8 months after finding that suitcase, I'm at a library fundraiser. I work as a development coordinator for the Chicago Public Library system. When I meet someone, his name is Marcus. He's a graphic designer, and he's recently divorced himself. How long were you married? He asks over wine and cheese that's trying very hard to be fancy. 4 years. You? 6. She wasn't who I thought she was. He says it matter-of-factly, like he's describing the weather. I know that feeling. I tell him the abbreviated version, the suitcase, the tickets, Paris. He listens without interrupting. You flew to Paris to catch him? He's smiling now, impressed. That's incredibly brave. Or incredibly stupid. I'm still not sure which. Brave, he says definitively. Stupid would be staying with him after you found out. Brave is getting on a plane with no plan and figuring it out as you go. We exchange numbers, go on a first date, then a second. Take it slow because we're both rebuilding, both cautious. But it's good, healthy, built on honesty instead of performance. 1 year after finding that suitcase, I'm back in Paris. This time with Sienna, like we planned. We eat croissants at sidewalk cafes and take selfies in front of the Eiffel Tower and drink wine that costs too much. We visit museums and walk along the Seine and stay up late talking about life and love and second chances. On our last night, Sienna raises her glass. To Emma Morrison, who trusted her instincts and saved her own damn life. To trusting our instincts, I correct, clinking my glass against hers. And to new beginnings. And to Paris, Sienna adds, which you earned by being a badass detective and catching your cheating husband. I laugh. I was just paying attention. That's all. Just paying attention when everyone's instinct is to look away. But that's the hardest thing, isn't it? Paying attention when the truth is going to hurt. Looking directly at what you'd rather ignore. Trusting yourself when everyone else is telling you you're overreacting. I think about the woman I was a year ago, standing in that bedroom wondering why there was only one suitcase. How I almost let it go. Almost accepted Kyle's explanation. Almost talked myself out of my own instincts. That woman saved my life by refusing to look away. Now I'm in Paris for real, not chasing anyone, not documenting betrayal, just being here, present, free. The city lights reflect on the Seine, and I'm drinking good wine with my best friend. And somewhere in Chicago, there's an apartment that's mine, and a job I love, and a future I'm building on my own terms. Kyle texts me sometimes. Emails when I block his number. Apologizing, explaining, trying to rewrite history. I never respond. There's nothing left to say. He made his choices. I made mine. And mine led me here. To Paris. To freedom. To the kind of peace you can only find on the other side of truth. The lights of the Eiffel Tower sparkle on the hour, and Sienna squeezes my hand. You okay? Yeah, I say, and I mean it. I'm really, really okay, because I am. Not because I caught Kyle or won the divorce or got revenge, but because I trusted myself enough to look when it would have been easier to turn away. Because I valued truth over comfort. Because I chose myself. That's the real victory. Not the evidence or the settlement or the clean break. Just the simple radical act of believing myself when every instinct said something was wrong. The woman who noticed one suitcase when there should have been two saved my life. And I'll be grateful to her forever,